Okay. So, when looking at a tract and determining whether it's ascending or descending, you're gonna want to look at where the word or where the word spino is within that word. So if it comes first, that's going to mean that it's going to be it's going
from
to
the
be
spinal cord to
spinal
the brain.
cord to the brain. So it's going to be ascending. And if it is a suffix, if it's afterwards, it's going to be a motor tract or descending.
Thank you, Jared.
That's the next one. So
Alright. Is the
Cortical spinal.
cortical spinal tract ascending or descending? So this one is brain is first spinal.
Mm-hmm.
the brain is the first part, and then spinal is that second part. So that means it's going from the brain to the spinal cord, which is descending.
Awesome. Alright, so know the cervical plexus vertebrae short answer. So this is going to be a short answer in the quiz. So it's the interior rami C1 / or to the C4. Alright, correct order of the somatic reflex. So the somatic receptor, the sensory neuron, the interneuron, the motor neuron, and the skeletal muscle. Know what is a stretch reflex is, or what a stretch reflex is. So prevents skeletal muscles from overstretching. Example is going to be the Golgi tendon. Detects excessive contraction and you release to relax your muscles. Alright, what is a cross extender reflex? This is going to be another short answer. So for example, if you step on glass, ouch, you're going to pick up that foot and you're going to retract your other leg. So let's just say that I am stepping on glass, and I step on glass, I'm going to jump back. So that's going to be, this leg is going to react by picking it up, and this leg is going to straighten out to get ready so that you can stabilize yourself. So you're going to get away from that pain, and you're going to make sure that you are still balanced on one leg, because you're not just going to move and flop down and hurt yourself and fall. Don't worry, I'm good. All for the example.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, how to make CSF. So CSF is going to be blood plasma, filtered blood makes a CSF in the ventricles. So
It's gonna be watery blood.
yeah, it's gonna be watery blood, and it's actually like going to be like a clear color and not like red. So it's kind of like a clear, translucent looking like liquid. So it doesn't look like transitional or traditional blood. Alright, check all that apply. Which structures make up the choroid plexus and the ventricles? So it's going to be the epidermal and the capillary.
Ependymal.
Epidymal and the capillaries.
There you go.
So know the three tracks and what doesn't belong in the question. So these are going to be the three tracks that you need to know that you're going to check off. Or no, not that you're not going to check off. Let me see the answer.
That you know belong.
So doesn't belong. So these are going to be the three tracks. So it's going to be whatever the other answer is. That's going to be the one that you pick, because it's asking which isn't a track. So these are the three, answers it would be if it was asking you what are the three tracks. But you're going to pick the mystery fourth answer. All right. What is the sensation that skips the thalamus and goes straight to the cortex? So the limbic system
is in charge.
Is in charge of the emotional and memories of the brain.
That's gonna skip the
Alright, what are the three centers members of the medulla oblongata controlled.
I think this one is also going to be a select all that apply. Or check
So this
all that
could be
apply.
a select that all apply. Select that apply. Cardiac center, heart rate. This is going to be vasculomotor center, blood pressure, and then the
Medullary
respiratory, which is breathing rate.
Yeah.
And all of these are going to be what you need to live.
Yeah, no, like your most central functions.
So if she has something on there that's like just like an optional thing that you don't necessarily need to live, it's gonna be that one that's incorrect.
Like, what do they do when you're on life support? They put you on a breathing machine, they check your blood pressure, and they're checking your heart rate.
I mean, they do.
That is what the vitals do. So they check your breathing rate, they check your heart rate, and they check their blood pressure. Those are the three main things you need to live, unless you're a vegetable. When you move a skeletal muscle, where does the upper motor neuron belong? Precentral gyrus in the primary motor cortex. Alright.
That one might be a short answer as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do your own studying, kids. What is the tonic versus phasic receptors? So tonic does not adapt, don't stop firing. So this is going to be like a pain receptor. And then phasic adapts and stops firing, like a tag on your shirt. So those examples are the examples that our teacher gave. So remember, like, if you have a tag that's bothering you, it's going to go away. Like, you're going to forget all about the tag as your day goes on, and you're not going to remember it. Not that you're not going to remember it, but it's going to stop bothering you. And then the other one is something like pain. That's always going to happen. Like, if I came over and pinched your hand, you're going to feel that because your pain receptors are constantly firing to make sure that there's nothing going on with you. Alright, what is the job of a rod and a cone? So a rod sees in the dim light, cones see colors. So the good thing that you can do to remember this is ice cream cones or snow cones. So if you think of an ice cream cone, cones are usually colorful, you know, rainbow, red, blue, purple, whatever is your favorite snow cone flavor. You know, cones are colorful. So ice cream cone, cones see color. And then you can deduce that rod means that it's going to be seeing in dim light, kind of like cats. Alright, what is the shape of your lens when you look far away versus up close? This is going to be a short answer. So when you're looking far away from you, your lens is going to get thin or flatter. When you're looking up close, it's going to get bulged, kind of like this. So over time, the elasticity protein in your body starts to break down when you get older, and it will change the shape of your lens. So instead of going from flat to bulge, it's going to kind of be, you know, in the middle. So it's going to be kind of hard to see. So as you lose that, it's going to be hard to see up close, and then, you know, if you're blind like me, it's going to be hard to see far away too.
I'm sure this is also going to be a short answer application.
Yeah.
Yes, it will be. So this is going to be a short answer. Alright, what happens, or what is the optic chasm, and what happens? So it's a nerve impulse,
Decussate?
It decussates nerve impulses.
Alright, and medial will cross, and the lateral is
going to remain.
Ipsilateral.
Ipsilateral.
And go straight back. It's for your vision. So remember what we did in class.
Vision.
The vision.
But yeah,
everything's French in here.
medial is gonna cross.
You don't understand my vision.
And then the ipsilateral is just gonna go straight back.
Ipsilater.
It's Lavelle French.
Alright,
Alright, what's the correct sequence for visual pathways? Sequence. Alright, good answer. So it's going to be the optic nerve, the optic chasm, the thalamus, and then the occipital lobe.
This is honestly helping me remember elaborate more though.
Yeah. Alright, where are your olfactory senses processed? So the limbic system is smell.
Smell, not small. Smell.
I mean, it's pretty small.
Limbic system is going to be for smell, and then the rest of them are going to be in the thalamus.
And cause remember whenever she was explaining in class how whenever you smell a perfume, it passes your thalamus and you're like, oh, this reminds me of my mom, or this reminds me of
Yeah.
so and so, this reminds me of Christmas. That sense, that memory that you're thinking of passes up the thalamus, and that is the limbic system.
Like warm vanilla scents remind me of hot sex on the beach. I'm just kidding.
It reminds me of Christmas. Okay.
Joke failed successfully. Okay. Where is the brain? Where in the brain is the gestation processed? Insula taste.
Yeah, insula, gustation is processed in the insula, and that's for taste.
So if you can go back to it. So this is gonna be in the tongue area. Yeah.
I remember because like
little dots in the back of your tongue.
Yeah, gustation kind of sounds like gut, and it's like taste. Yeah.
Yo, yeah. Okay, move on, please. Where in the brain is vision processed? Come on, have simple. Yeah. Okay, where in the brain is the auditory processed? Come on, the temporal. It's like right by your ear. Come on, guys.
Auditory is here.
Where in the brain is the equilibrium processed? Come on. It's the cerebellum for balance. Wow. Alright, what is the transducer? This is going to be turns a stimulus into an action potential. The great example is, how you, hear everything, goes and hits and starts vibrating in your ear, and then it's going to hit the hair cells in your ear. That's going to hit another organ, and that's going to turn that motor process into an action potential. Woo. All right, correct order of how you convert vibration into
for that
sound.
last one, I think it's gonna be a short answer as
Got
well.
it. This one?
That
The
transducer.
Oh yeah, transducer may be a short answer, so please learn that one. So moving on, this is the correct order of how you convert vibration into sound. So the tympanic membrane vibrates, then the oscills vibrate, then the pressure waves from the oval window travels through the scalar vestibules, and then the spiral organ hair cells convert stimuli to nerve pulses or action potentials.
Now, I don't know if this is going to be on the exam, but the correct order of the fossicles from like the outside of the ear deeper in is going to be the malleus, the incus, and then the stapes.
Yeah, so please know that. Alright. Cranial nerve shortcut. So this is how we remember the order of the cranial nerves. I'll walk over here. So this is what we put. We put okay. Time to apply the facials and put my vest on. My gloss. I'm going to Las Vegas. Put in on my accessories and put in some extra gloss. So this is going to be the olfactory, which is smell, the optic, which is vision, the ocular motor, which is going to be the pupils, so motor, movement. Then it's going to be the trochlear, which is crossing your eyes, and then the trigeminal, which is the sensation to your face, hot or cold. Then you have abducens, which is going to be your eyes going down. And then you have facial. I like saying facial. Facial, this is going to be facial expressions. So, happy, sad, crazy, whatever. Alright, and then we have the
vestibulocochlear.
Cochlear. So that's going to be equilibrium and hearing. Then you got
Glossopharyngeal.
Glossopharyngeal, which is the back 1/3 of the tongue. And then from the tongue, we're going to vagus, so that's going to be the gag reflex further in. And then you have your accessories. It's going to be your neck and your back. And then hypogloss, it's going to be the rest of your tongue.
And a thing that I honestly noticed is for the first one it's smell, but then it's eyes, face, and then it's like the rest of it is like your mouth.
Yeah.
Well, except for the
skip
respiratory.
equilibrium, and then it's mouth, and then neck, and then mouth.
We also have, what the Roman numerals look like. So if you want an easy way that I remember it, is obviously 1, 2, 3. V is a 5, so if a line comes before a V or an X, that means -1. So -5 equals 4, then 5, V1 is 6, so V plus 1, 5 plus 1 is 6. And then if you go down to, the X, this is 10, but there's a 1 before the X, so -1, 10 to 10 equals 9. So if it goes before a V or an X, if it's before an X, it means it's 9. If it's before a V, it's going to be 4. That's how I remember it personally, but you learn it however you want to.
And then this is just like...
Yeah.
So this is just going back through the cranial nerves. So we'll go ahead and switch that since we already went through it with you just now.
Just going through them.
Yeah, just going through them.
Oh, this is a different one.
Yeah.
Alright, so know the optic chiasm. It's going to be a short answer. So cross-section, medial axon crosses over to the opposite side of the brain because the vision is contralateral. Alright, know the purpose of the Golgi tendons reflex, withdrawal reflex, stretch reflex, and extension reflex. So the Golgi tendon reflex is going to be tendons, receptors detecting exercise. Contractions going to be dropping weight, letting go, relaxing.
She was saying how whenever the people pick up the really heavy weights, like whenever they finally like get it to the peak, like where you're contracting your muscles so much, they just like drop it and it makes a really loud sound. It's because of the Golgi tendon reflexes.
It'll automatically extend your muscle again.
So withdrawal reflex pulls hand away from painful stimuli. Ouch. Cross extension reflex in the legs, withdrawal reflex like stepping. Alright, and then razor is going to be picking up the leg and extending other knee to balance.
Was that all of them?
I think the stretch is
stretch
missing.
reflex.
So I can explain that if you'd like.
Yes.
Stretch reflex will be done by my assistant Jared.
Okay, so if your arm is out too far and you're hyperextending, or if you're for whatever reason, like there is a stimulus to a muscle that will make it think that it's hyperextending, it's going to automatically flex back.
Oh, so it wants to contract
Yeah.
while the other one, the Golgi tendon reflex, wants to relax.
Yes, it wants to, it's going to regulate the length of your muscle as well.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to make sure that you don't injure yourself.
Yes.
Alright,
That's
well, that was it. I hope you watched my videos, and I hope this helped. If it didn't, I'll see you in Anatomy 1 again next semester.